Which, I suppose the question is, you have a lot of candles. Is there any specific kind of, like, with your kind of previous planes on Arcana roll, you have a feeling there might not even be something specific here, it might just be a sort of balance you're going for. However, perhaps the formation within which the balance takes might affect it. With that in mind, is there any specific formation you want the candles in?
No, probably just symmetrical and mostly at like intersections like you have them.
I kind of just went with what looked nice. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, alright, so
Need a
that's that.
candle at every point of power, so...
That'll probably help a little bit. Probably needs something to activate it now.
There is still a few more reagents on the table.
Aaron just picks up the next one and goes push over the candle as well.
The green one or the blue one, right? Wait.
Well, the blue one we already did.
Yeah, blue one you already did. The green one. I'm trying to remember what color silver makes in flames.
That one I can tell you an answer.
I was like,
As you both frantically Google.
I mean, I'm not gonna go with silence. I'm writing other shit.
Teal?
Cool. Yes, it makes a nice bluey green color, but nothing else seems to happen. Perhaps all is not equal.
I
have an idea.
What?
Let's see.
Actually, you two, take a little bit of this, go place a candle in the middle of the circle to the left and right of us, and maybe go what I just did. Just take a bit in your hand and, like, flick it through the... I don't know anything about rituals, but that feels like, well...
Yes, I was just about to suggest the two of us stand in the other circles.
Alright, I will stand in the middle and take orders from both of you.
Good. Ash, these circles should be good for you.
Marie, could you stand in that other circle?
Okay.
Just like this one? Or do you mean like this one?
I can go stand in this one. It's fine.
Oh, hello, Aaron. Okay,
Aaron sort of walks over with her canes to this one.
Smelly will go here.
It's balanced.
I mean, it does. Get a candle.
Indeed.
And Ash is going to attempt conjuration magic?
Okay. A question I have here is, are you just reading from the scroll to attempt to... Like, reading from the scroll some whatever is bound, quotation marks here.
Also, Aaron will whistle and Rusty will come back.
Okay. Rusty can start making his way back. Ash, you unfurl the scroll, and you start out with a chant, which is kind of very guttural, but also very... It's just not very pleasant. As you start to speak, all the candles that aren't associated with kind of a ritual circle go out.
Seems we're on the right track from the look of it.
Estimating it probably, speaking it in a loud, confident voice for a while, you speaking out the scroll's probably going to take like a minute.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Silas, Aaron, Prismelody, you feel odd. Namely, Aaron and Silas have changed places without even kind of noticing it.
Is the hedge getting closer to us?
No.
Where's the table? Does the table get swallowed by the hedge?
No, turn around.
Oh, what?
Oh, right.
Jesus. What?
Conjuration magic. This is what it does.
God, I hate...
Well, one of them.
Magic so much.
Well,
Rusty stares at Silas confused.
Other side, Rusty.
Rusty looks and wanders over.
Prismelody, very specifically, she feels kind of pins and needles. It's almost as if the same feeling as whenever she's called from, was it the Plains of Elysium?
Hmm.
It's like, but leaving going back from the Plains of Elysium, it's almost nice. It's like a kind of subtle form of nostalgia of going somewhere where it's beautiful, but also somewhere that's so strange and interesting. But this feels more as if there's friction within the summoning. Perhaps it's not as stable as it could be. Mary also kind of wrinkles her nose. This is this is the same feeling that the basement in Betweenways has.
That's actually a good point. Marie,
Pris-
catch. I
Prismelody
toss her
is
a little bag. I toss her a little pouch of the blue material. Flick this into one of the candles. Yeah, maybe you do Prismelody, but I can't throw that.
no. Prismelody says, "Everyone, pick up a candle. Bring
I,
it to the center of your circles
I
and
already
hold
have
it.
one.
Hold the candle."
Fine.
Mage and candle to me.
Eh,
Sure,
You
sure.
lazy shit.
eh.
Excuse you.
And it's not the worst idea considering they maybe not don't want to move. Eh, you took it red. Color variation. Okay, as each of you hold a candle, the light flickers on again. I'm assuming you're taking ones that aren't already part of a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the lights of the candles flicker on again.
You two still feel off. Nothing changed about the ritual.
Prismelody? And Prismelody, I mean, there's still the pins and needles, but maybe it lessened a little.
I still think the metal filings would be a thing. It's what activated the ritual, and the second time didn't do anything. So maybe it's looking for the next type of powder.
Fine. Mage hand a pile of whatever powder she hasn't used yet.
Blue stuff.
Yeah, just like dropping on one of the candles in the center.
Actually, no, this would be green. Sorry.
Yeah, green. I think we got mixed up colors. As you kind of, how much are you dropping? You dropping it like it's hot, or
Like a handful.
okay? As you
Oh
drop,
my
okay.
god, not that much.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
flammable. You're gonna make a gah.
Aaron's
Do
not
not
entirely
worry.
wrong. As it kind of hits one of the candles, there's a as the area kind of lights up and all the shadows get deeper.
And
There's also
Silas no longer has eyebrows.
yeah, there's
Silas is grinning,
lasers in
actually.
Mage Hand. There's a light in the sky, a nebulous pinpoint of light.
You forget, Aaron. Magic is dramatic sometimes.
The feeling of pins and needles subsides from Prismelody a little. There's still like it's more like she kind of just woke up accidentally having lint on her arm now, rather than being assaulted by a very tiny people with needles.
And now, as part of the ritual, Ash is going to continue chanting while just kind of going in a big circle, sort of distributing reagents into each candle.
Sure. As you kind of start throwing around reagents, doesn't appear to do much.
Like,
it feels
Just a little bit of each into each major point of power.
okay. It does
And
something.
as Ash returns back to the center, is going to reach up towards that point of light and attempt to beckon it down.
Okay. Can you give me? Ash doesn't have perform herself, does she? Give me a social related skill.
He or she does not have performed trained.
In which case, you could give me, I suppose, diplomacy be the next best thing. Do you say anything specific while you beckon the flame? Or do you just continue reading from the scroll?
That depends. Have I finished reading everything from the scroll?
You could get to the end of the scroll, then say something, yes.
Well, yeah, I'm going to finish reading the scroll, and reach up towards that point of light, and say something along the lines of, "Come to us, far-flung fire. Come and illuminate us. Come and warm us.
That
Come
sounds like.
to us."
Don't light yourself on fire. Don't light me on fire.
One of us. One of us.
We're in the circles. The circles will protect you, as most magic circles do.
Let's just casually ignore Rusty. Ash, as you kind of fling your hands out and beckon towards the flame, it indeed lowers down to this silver plate. Oops, come on, let me ping. Thank you. To the silver plate on the altar, and all of the candles in the circle go out. But they don't exactly go out. All the flames kind of rush to this pinpoint of light, feeding it. Indeed, also the powders that you've kind of thrown into the flames, those kind of colours mix and match, and you see the light. It's resolving itself into a figure. It's kind of like a very large, bulbous man. It's almost.
Oh dear.
For those of you who are more well versed within the planes, and even people with perhaps just a little bit of common sense, it's clear to see that this is a fire elemental of some sort. As it kind of comes into being, this ritual circles which you're standing in, Aaron's and Silas's, they kind of just shrink down, and you notice them kind of travel along into the air and form shackles on his arms. The ones underneath Prismelody and Mary, they kind of. He doesn't have feet. He has kind of just like this nebulous flame, a lower half. Those two kind of just form around and form kind of a big thick band around that. He looks over all of you and goes, "Ah, another attempts my ritual." And he appears to test the bonds seem to succeed. What is it you wish?
Like legitimately or like figuratively?
I have a feeling it is legitimately.
I can give to you what is in my power, but be sensible. What is flame best at?
Oh dear. Well, oh dear.
I wish for flame.
What?
Ash,
What? No. What? He doesn't speak
Professor-
for all of us.
the professor
Ash is
did
just
say.
simply going to mage hand over a unlit candle and hold it out to the elemental.
The elemental kind of just like taps it with a finger. Is that all?
Now, I'm going to look at this fire. Is there
Yeah.
anything unusual about this flame?
It just appears to be. I mean, you might think if you look at it as burning perhaps a bit more pure than a regular flame might, but nothing like outwardly. It's not like some kind of magical mystical flame. It just appears to be a very clean flame.
Yeah.
Is there any like candle holders I can like just stick this on?
Not really. I mean, I guess you could take the golden plate. Or, the bowls are probably empty by now. You could probably just stick it in that.
Eh,
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like those are meant for the next people.
Right. Okay. Well, this is a competition, so
'Tis indeed. You came here to seek something, no?
And so we should request you aid in actually completing our task here, or information on our task, because as far as we know, we're just in a maze.
right. And I don't suppose you could give us the coins for passing a competition here?
Well,
Oh, don't be
Think.
so simple.
I mean, if I was made of flame
Fire.
and capable of, mass producing fire at a will, I would probably smelt that gold plate into a bunch of coins.
Ash just places the candle in a bowl and asks, will this granted fire illuminate our path? Will it guide us?
Oh my god.
It very well could.
Why are you speaking in metaphors? It's fire,
No
of course it
half
will. It's
answers,
dark.
please.
Oh
You,
my god.
you prefer it straight, then?
I prefer it much more literal.
Well,
I mean, I don't.
so
Again, much like Ash, I do not speak for all of us.
you, noble? You asked for answers.
Yes. Yes, I want to know about this maze. What it's meant to be, what it's meant to test. That sort of thing. What are we meant to do here? All we were given was go into the maze and
He
explore.
kind of kicks back in the air, just kind of floating. Well, it is perhaps more apt to not say test, but tests.
Right, and I assume we have passed this one.
Well, what do you think?
I mean, you're here, you're bound, and you are answering our questions willingly. So, that is a pass in my book.
Then you'll find that yes, you've passed.
So,
We don't have anything to prove that we passed.
well, no, we do. Ash.
What?
Ash holds
Silas
up the candle.
gestures at Ash and the candle. There's
For
our
e-
proof.
For each of these trials, there is a token. You retrieve the token, you prove you've learned, or prove that you know.
Then I guess it
He
would
can
be.
grant things within his power. He is a being made entirely of fire, therefore only has two powers. And both are within the realm of a candle.
I also do birthday parties.
Do you?
Oh my god. I wish you would give us the token that the test was set up to give.
You're no fun, are you?
I like things very logically. I'm sorry.
Technically,
I'm not Sage.
the candle would suffice.
But I assume
Technically,
there's something a bit more
Aaron,
specific.
if you want me to spoil all of the fun, I'm going to guess that if we tried to take any of these candles out of here, they would just instantly go out. But this one that I have here, blessed by our spiritual friend here, will not extinguish itself. And will probably react with something in another room of this maze.
More is just my flame. The little one is right. Technically, I'm supposed to give you. He clasps two hands together, kind of holds a lot of pressure against them, and boop. This.
Aaron flips.
Silas Mage Hand.
Aaron flips off Ash.
Silas Mage Hand's the gem. Then I will take that. Thank you.
But you there. One.
Hmm?
No, not you.
Oh.
He looks to Ash. Keep that flame. You might find it useful. Maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, but feed it well.
I
Nice,
know
so
exactly where I'm going to put this.
keep him busy trying to keep a candle alight. All right.
But you are, well, done here, no?
I think so,
Alright.
unless there's anything else for you to give us.
I mean, I could teach you how to do balloon animals, but I think you have a test to win.
No, I am a noble, not a jester.
As much as
Well.
I could just stand here speaking with you, learning forever, My companions are far less patient than me.
The day grows young. Or old. I can never tell.
Okay, that's great.
Oh, shall we?
Yeah.
I do have one favor to ask before you leave.
Hmm.
He kind of holds up his wrists. Release me? Back to the plains?
Well, of course, yeah. Your duty is done. You're free to go.
Well, yes, of course I was going to.
Excellent. And when all of you have given your assent, the bindings around his, I suppose, just torso and wrists shrivel up, and he kind of just goes, "New."
Why are all the mages so bloody well just showmans?
Because it's
otherwise magic.
fun.
Yes, and otherwise magic is dull.
Well, yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to be a tool for getting things done.
I mean, technically,
Yeah.
he got something done.
But there's no need for it to not also be interesting.
Also, speaking of getting things done, day 3 in the never-ending maze. Wolf and Epos.
Hey, this is only like day 2.
I know.
So Wolf has got a cunning plan.
The most cunning of plans, thought of by the Professor of Cunning at Cunningham University.
Isn't Cunningham... Wait, is that Universe Science? Go.
He runs the opposite direction.
That's what I thought you were going to do.
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm afraid Wolf, as he runs back up here, is still Maryland.
Wolf didn't know it'd be like that.
It's fair.
Wolf looks confused.
As we're moving around here, obviously we can hear each other speaking, but are we making any other noises?
You mean like as you like touch the ground and just in
Yeah,
general?
just general noises people
Yeah.
make when they're moving around.
Yeah, like there's nothing like dampened about your noise beyond the bell. The bell very specifically does not make a noise.
Right.
Um,
See, I'm thinking we have to find some way to make the bell make a noise. Either that or bring the bunny back out. But I don't really have a good way of doing that.
I will say, just because it might be a bit nebulous, you can give me wisdom checks if you want a clue.
Yes, because my amazing wisdom will help.
It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily that you won't get a clue if you don't roll high enough. It just depends on how much. It'll dictate how much I feel like I should give
Well,
you.
Ipos got a 19 with a plus
I
0 modifier.
I did not.
Yeah, Wolf.
Look, Wolf is doing the best with his knowledge of what's going
And
on.
I'm just trying to think of what to offer to Wolf. Wolf, it definitely has something to do with footprints. You're just not sure what. Epos, you did notice something very specific about. You were kind of the closest when the rabbit jumped through the hedge, which is probably the keyword that I said for jumped. You feel like that had maybe had something to do with it.
It's not following the footprints, but jumping into them. Because they were too they were too weirdly spaced to be just normal walking. So I'm sort of jumping around the pedestal.
Okay. You're going to find. I'm afraid nothing happens once again.
Yeah,
But, I mean, you make a
I'm
few
not
splashes.
expecting anything to happen, but I don't know what to do. And Ipos is simple. Well, I could try jumping through the hedge, but it could hurt me last time, so Ipos isn't really keen on trying that again.
Does Ipos reveal any of this information?
Yes. I don't make me act it out because I have no idea how we would word that. But yes.
This Wolf can look very confused as the entire situation. It's entirely reasonable he's confused. You're also confused.
Mm-hmm. I sort of detect magic this bottom wall of the hedge and see if where the rabbit went through was particularly more or less magical than the rest of it.
Go for it. I suppose you don't have spellcraft roll.
I mean, I can roll it untrained. Maybe.
Go for it.
I don't know if you can, Azar.
I'm looking to see if any of your phrase skills might help here. Specifically. Because this... Now that you've been in the maze for a while, it does have a particularly fey tint. It's the promises, it's the wistfulness that Fae often carry with them that is very lightly on the wind. It's not specifically any more magical, but it's definitely not any less magical. There's no inconsistency that makes Epos think there's something special about this hedge.
Oh dear. Hmm?
What are you doing? You're waving your hands around.
He's trying to see if where Bunny went is different magic to rest, but also seems weird magic. Maybe has to be like Bunny and jump through hedge where Bunny went.
Wolf stands on top of her. Will try leaping himself off the top of the pedestal in towards the bush.
Okay, roll me acrobatics.
Yeah. There's a +4 on there, which makes it 12.
Still, the 10 feet really makes you to get across.
I'm standing on top of a little thing, so yeah.
Imagine you do maybe a wee. Okay. Wolf does can in fact jump into the hedge. What he will find is, it's kind of the same thing as when Epos tried to reach in. There's these vines that kind of grab for you. Thankfully, you're not sticking in the finger with your kind of more, delicate proboscis sort of things. But you feel like if you don't get out soon, the hedge is just kind of gonna keep hold of you.
Oh yeah, I take damage for sticking a freaking finger in. He dives his entire body in and doesn't care.
I mean, I suppose he can have some going up his nose, I don't know.
This hedge just doesn't like me, apparently.
I mean, that's understandable.
J-Cat?
You want passage?
No, I mean, what do we see that way?
Nothing.
We
And
do-
You just see more maze.
Yeah, basically you'd see maze, but you would see kind of a passage going downwards.
Silas is going to try and walk this way then.
Basically, you just see more maze. You wouldn't see which way we went or anything.
Yeah, Wolf will stagger out of the bush.
Okay. Yeah, it releases you think. Shh, ignore me trying to move for dynamic lighting. Come on, let me select you. But yeah, you definitely don't think you want to be there for any prolonged amount of time. In the bush, that is very cool. Oh, is it just solid fog of war?
Yeah, it is.
Whoops.
Never.
I don't know what I've done.
It's for some spots,
Weird. One of the things is, Silas, as you...
Yeah, I was just making sure, seeing if that was solid on the right over there as well.
Right. You can see down here, but you don't see the Epos and Wolf kind of messing about.
Dude.
But you do see the pedestal, and you do see the footprints.
Do we see them? No.
No.
Interesting. Well, let us see what this pedestal is about, and Silas will try and step in. I assume get stopped by a wall.
Nope.
No, as far as you guys can tell, this is just normal maze. You're not being
Oh, right.
restricted.
Sorry, it's just because I've drawn the, dynamic...
Parallel dimensions.
What I will say is, assuming you step over this kind of threshold into the room, which I assume you're gonna,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you
Silas is
suddenly
going.
see Epos move.
Huh?
Where'd you come from?
Oh yay! Now we stuck with you too.
Where did you come from?
We've been here the whole time. We can't get out.
What do you mean?
You try. You go back up there. You try. You see mirror use. Oh, actually no. You'll get stuck there too long just primping self.
Wait, what?
Go look up there. Wolf points
Aaron
sort of
turns around.
Yeah, same.
Hey, go back up to Crossroad.
Sure.
Yes.
As you step out, there are many yous, almost as if you're standing between two large mirrors.
Nope. Aaron turns around.
Weirdly enough, no Rusty.
Very interesting.
Isn't Aaron riding Rusty?
Yeah.
Oh, and he
Aaron's just
can't
kinda
see
floating.
Rusty in the mirrors, right? Because he's not real.
Very
Aaron's gonna
interesting.
make a will save.
Go for it. Nothing seems to change.
Silas is going to make a will save.
Go for it.
Obviously, there's some sort of trick of the mind going on here. Okay,
yes,
or I'll roll one
That's
obviously.
looking sexy. Oh yeah.
So
This mirror is
obviously.
the best mirror you've seen yourself in. Oh yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? With all the frustration that's happened so far, I'll have Wolf roll his amazing will save as well.
Go for it. Holy shit.
Well, fuck you, Wolf.
Well, that is his natural 20 for 19.
No, he just took 20 effectively.
Fantasy has been running in circles for a while.
You feel cleaner.
What do I mean? What do you mean by cleaner?
Like, almost as if like you had a film of something over you and suddenly it's gone.
Does he disappear to us?
No, he's still there.
Wolf looks around confused. Huh. Did someone cast a water spell on me? Feels like something's changed.
That is disconcerting.
Like Mudway being washed off.
Weird. Tell me, have
Oh.
any of you investigated this pedestal?
Is just boring rock. No magic, no funny writing stuff, just rock. Oh. But funny girly man, you know magic, yes?
Mm-hmm.
He holds out the silent bell. Is magic, but don't know what magic. He's not letting go of it, but he's letting you look at it.
I guess I'll cast Detect Magic.
He sort of shakes it a bit to show it doesn't actually make a sound.
First of all, Wolf, as you go up there, you no longer see yourself in the reflection.
Hey, post, the other me's gone.
That just mean you're not real no more.
It's true.
Real?
Actually, Ipos, Rusty didn't appear in the mirrors either.
Because Rusty not real either.
That is not true. I'm setting on him.
Yeah, he real metal thing, but he not real. It sort of taps at his own chest.
Interesting. Wolf?
Are you referencing the lack of soul?
Yes, that it, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Did you
Silas?
feel anything change recently?
I mean, when everyone was talking down there, I just suddenly felt like everything kind of, like, something got washed over me, and then I feel,
Hmm.
I don't know what it was.
Did you say washed? Aaron shouts out.
Yeah.
Ipos, I don't know what you can do. Can you make water?
I'm pretty sure you've seen him create water before, but
That's
yes,
why I'm saying
he creates water.
Fill the table thing. It's got an indent on the top. It might be a seeing table or something.
Does it have an indent on top?
Nope, it's just literally, well, and there's just a sort of lip at the edge, but like there's no like indentation. Like there isn't like as if there's something in there.
It's not like a bowl. It's just a slight indent, but Shrugs creates water. May take several castings depending on how deep, but yeah. Water. It's a cantrip. Water.
It's
water.
like 2 or 3 centimeters. Yeah, you can fill up with water. You can sort of see yourself in if you look at the right angle.
Basically keeps casting it until he's told to stop.
It's full. I said fill it. It's overflowing. Oh god, it's already muddy here.
You can stop now, Epos.
Oh, okay. Stops.
Also, I can't tell what your bell does.
Throw it here.
No, it's my bell.
Let me look at it then.
Holds it out.
Try washing it in the water.
Erin flips down her goggles again and is gonna really look into this thing and to see if there's any like very microscopic scratches or runes or magic engravements or things that would be slightly subtle.
It was
on
because she's rolling engineering to identify magic item.
It was on the fake bunny. Bunny
Also
was
said,
fake.
Bunny?
Yes, white bunny we saw was fake. Didn't make no noises. Jumped through hedge through there. I think jump has something to do with it sort of waves around wildly, but is weird.
33. Aaron, I'm just gonna post the item's description because I don't
Cool.
Formatting. Come on. Fucking damn it! Come on. Chris split stuff in half. Perhaps Aaron's very specific, condition is the reason why she can sort of hear it faintly echo as she investigates it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Don't ring that anymore. It is a magic item. It doesn't require attunement from what it can tell. However, when one feels terror, you may ring it and it may sound, and it does a lot of sound, I can say, and it also grants you the ability to run very fast.
Oh, he sort of looks at it, shakes it a little more, and then puts it in his pocket.
Yes, it's mostly for running in fear.
Oh, might be why Bunny had.
Probably.
Bunny was very fast, but very quiet. Make no noise.
Yes, it is not. It's meant to not point you out. It's to be quiet and subtle until you suddenly need to not.
Silas, can you also roll me a perception?
Will do.
Okay. Silas, first thing you notice if you detect magic is it gives all the kind of auras you'd expect. There's a little bit of conjuration, but there's a tad of illusion. That is until you look with your perception. And you notice that, Silas isn't very... I doubt that Silas is the sort of person who'd get low to see it, but there's a lip. There's like a very, very discernible edge right near the bottom, near the ground, where the spell does not seem to reach.
Like
It's not much, it's like maybe a couple of centimeters.
Silas will sort of crouch down and reach under it?
Oh, he's
Under the lip.
dirtying his clothes, crouching down. Truly the Lord has become one with the serfs.
He is squatting like a Slav. So that nothing but his heels touches the ground.
Silas uses his magic to put on an Adidas tracksuit. As you kind of reach underneath, are you doing like any other sort of action, or are you just trying to stick your fingers under?
Just feeling underneath.
It doesn't even feel like there's anything there, but I mean, you can see it. There's this gap.
I guess he'll attempt to sort of push his hand up. Try and lift a curtain, I guess?
This is where it gets a bit weirder. Can you roll me a will save?
Uh-huh.
You're interacting with
We get
an
any
illusion.
bonuses?
I will be adding on any bonuses that occur after. To maintain the illusion.
There you go,
Literally.
15.
As you kind of attempt to lift this curtain, it very much just goes... And much like Wolf, you don't see your mirror self anymore.
Ah. So that's what it was. Simple. As long as you notice the details. I don't know how you saw through this without actually seeing it, Wolf, but congratulations on having an effectively strong willpower.
Sheer willpower.
As Wolf just kind of like rubs the back of his head. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, congratulations on your strong willpower. Your whole -1.
He doesn't know that.
Silas will wave everyone from back there over. Come now, I know how to get you all out of here now.
Give me a second. I will join you in a moment. It's
Sure,
likely. Wait,
finish
that
what
was
you will.
illusion, right?
Yes, it
That
is.
makes sense why Rusty isn't affected. Its construct can't affect the mind. So Aaron's going to use perception to just look for things that are hidden around.
Go for it.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any bonuses to this that I might
your
be
hidden
missing.
objects
I
and
can't
stuff.
ask that. Yeah. But I will add that. So 30 plus maybe 2.
I do just want to quickly add, is that something that you're spending resources to boost?
That is one resource that I am spending or boosted,
Because
yes.
I suppose inspiration isn't like your soul surge where you get to know if you've like failed beforehand, do you?
No, I don't get to know. I just get to
Okay.
I get to roll it before I know if I succeed or fail.
Right, because this is the issue, you don't actually find anything. But I suppose you do slightly contribute into the fact that Silas Wolf, as you kind of look back down, everything is clearly now. The weird magic illusionary curtain is gone. You notice that as Erin's kind of like poking about this pedestal and just about the room, she's like continually batting this like small black gem around, but it doesn't appear that she can feel it.
Silas is going to go down and pluck the gem from the pillar.
As Silas interacts with it, yep, Erin, you suddenly notice that in his hand is these.
Son of a...
What layer is it on?
Why is everything... Okay. That's great. I'm glad we found that.
Indeed.
I think I would have found it eventually, as I probably would have heard it floating through the air and making a contact on the metal ring of mind or something, but I don't know.
Possibly, but that would have taken forever. And
probably.
You would have been
pick it up.
both theoretically and literally groping around in the dark.
Yes, I agree with you, but I'm going to continue just being frustrated with magic, and let's move on.
Yes, and Silas will stow the gem.
Bloody well, not detecting magical auras or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Also, as soon as everyone gets up here, Silas will now allow me to demonstrate how to break this illusion that is keeping you here. Please look towards the ground over there, and he will point at where he like saw it. You should see a small gap.
I do.
Reach down, grasp, and lift as if pulling up a curtain.
Erin takes out one of her cans and leans over and
hey,
tries.
Ippos can see it.
Ippos can see it.
And he will try lifting it.
Yep. Everyone, well, you can roll. I was gonna say, given enough time, you will eventually get past the illusion, but you could also roll and just see how good you do.
Yeah, does my -2 apply on this as well?
It's technically an illusion, so yes.
So he literally got a 1.
Yeah, I suppose even if it was an illusion, this technically counts as a face spell. So yeah, Epos, or your friends.
He seems
leaving.
thoroughly confused by this. He does not understand it whatsoever.
Ippos, just you seem small enough. Just stick your head underneath the little thing and just crawl under.
Just, I'm small. I'm not that small.
You seem motivated enough.
Keep trying. It will eventually give.
Instead of trying to squeeze under, he just starts like digging and trying to dig his way under.
Okay. And Epos is like slim and
I mean,
stuff.
he doesn't need to make a tunnel. He just needs to widen it a few more inches so he can wiggle under it.
No, that's what I'm thinking. It's like you're not particularly large, so yeah, I guess you and Bluebill. Oh, and Bluebill technically did well enough to just break through. But yeah, you could definitely just kind of dig under.
And
Also,
he doesn't care about getting dirty, so.
Now that also as Epos kind of looks and notices that he gets on the other side, yeah, the curtain also only extends like 10 feet up. It's just like a panel that's kind of floating in midair.
As I get out, do I still have my bell?
Oh,
You do still have your bell.
Yes.
Something I will check. Aaron's gonna lean around the corner and check if there's another black gem.
Nope.
Okay. All right. I guess we're gonna live with one.
Trying to game the system.
It's 1 token per group from the look of it. Well, 1 token per group per puzzle.
Someone may want to remove Murray.
Ooh, blue spiky thing.
But where is Marie? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh god,
I
right.
can see your token, I can't see your vision.
Yeah, same.
You shouldn't be able to see her token if I disabled that.
Blue spiky
spiky
thing.
She's no longer has sight. You shouldn't be able to see her now. She's just disappeared from that. Can't be wheeling around. Yeah, this is what I was mentioning earlier about flowers. It's like you can't put them in here without them making them look special.
Ah, right. So, clue.
Well, I mean,
don't
you could
ignore it.
and you could look at it as a flower. I can't remember what flower it is. Let go look up. Yeah, plus you're good at nature, right?
No.
No? Okay.
He doesn't care too much about flowers, you know, it's a pretty thing. It's not particularly tasty, so
Fair enough.
Aaron's just gonna walk past it and give it a sniff to see if it has any alchemical purpose.
yeah, it's a +4.
No,
Oh.
it's a flower. It's
Yes, it's pretty much a flower. Maybe if you're like one of the few people who are like, oh, I make perfumes, maybe. But
Can I tell if it's a particular like fancy flower that nobles would have? But otherwise, nothing else about it?
give me an knowledge and ability, I guess. Let's roll something today.
No, apparently
wasn't-
this whole group just doesn't care about flowers.
That's fair. I mean, 14's not that bad.
To be fair, yeah, Silas was never a big proponent of nature.
As Ash kind of picks it, it's kind of chalky, weirdly enough.
Oh, big area. And I see another gem. He sort of shouts back.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Wait, did you say the flower's chalky?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Aaron's gonna go back and sort of pick it and go. She's gonna pick a few and say, maybe Nila will actually appreciate these. So I'll take a few and stuff them in a bag.
Look spidery.
Yes, as you can certainly harvest the flower for now. Yeah, Epos. Ooh.
Yeah, Ipos is stopping here. He is not touching any webs.
I was very scared because you're getting very close. I was like, did I accidentally put this on GM layer? Can you not see this? But, yeah.
No, I could see it, just Ipos.
I'm glad.
That,
This room is coated in web. You can also see holes in the floor.
And I see jammed another pedestal with shiny on it.
It's also very specifically out of Mage Hand range. It's fuck you, Silas. Fuck you and your cantrip.
of course they would.
Right. So,
All right, we're going to need someone who's very good at sort of maneuvering like that.
oh, I hate this. I hate doing this. I hate it so much. Aaron gets off of rest.
Do you really want to send Rusty in there?
No,
I feel
Rusty would be a terrible idea.
No, I was just slightly worried what you're thinking. Oh, Rusty won't be affected, but what if you end up finding like a bunch of spiders on him later?
Well, yeah, I know that.
I mean, it'd
As
be
Aaron
nice dinner.
says, Aaron says that she tiptoes between 2 spider webs.
Ooh, okay.
Ipos sets up to follow.
In which case, everyone who plans to head through, give me either acrobatics or stealth.
Okay. All right. Okay, I can do that.
Ipos looks at Aaron very seriously and says, "It's still mine. I just put on him so it don't go tingle, tingle, tingle when we go through there." And he puts his bell on, like hangs it off Rusty's ear or something.
Rusty doesn't react in any way.
No, just very specifically saying that to Aaron because it's still his shiny.
That's fine. You found it.
I just don't want to take a -4 on my stealth check.
The -4 is only when you actually use the long strider effect.
Oh, in which case, screw that, it's still mine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, as long as you don't panic, it shouldn't start ringing.
Oh, I know panic. Hippos never panic.
Right. Okay. Aaron's gonna start tiptoeing through this thing.
Yep, well, it was acrobatics or stealth. For those of us going in. Oh! Turns out when Ipos said he's not scared of such things, it means he doesn't care, and he's just waltzing through like he normally would.
Hippos, the point of the thing is do not step on the fucking webs.
Ipos can like
Ipos not step on webs, silly thing.
Aaron just points at your foot.
He sort of looks down, picks his foot up, looks at the bottom of the foot, still attached to the webbing. It's like, oh.
This is quite literally like if you've ever seen a cat get their foot stuck in like a piece of fabric. As Ipos just lifts his foot up, kind of all the web kind of like towards him. Ipos, you feel, rather than even hear or see it at first, but it isn't very long before. Okay, did I have spider images?
Oh, why is it always spiders?
Because it's spider webs.
Yeah.
I know, I just hate spiders. Please make sure it's not colossal size before you put the token down.
I can't promise that.
I mean, as a GM, I doubt it'll be colossal size just because I know what the CR of those things are.
No, but I know sometimes Roll20 bugs out, and when you place the token initially, it's fucking massive.
Oh, that doesn't make a difference.
Okay, I don't have a.
I mean, if you want to place on a colossal token just to scare us, that's fine.
Please don't.
Issue is
I
I
really
don't
don't like
actually have
spiders.
It's fair. I don't have spiders. I'm just going to use these miscellaneous beetles I have.
I did offer spider tokens to you earlier.
I know, but...
It's been horrific the last week or so because I've been playing a Metro Exodus, and there's a lot of cobwebs in that with little spider scorpion type things on them. And if you walk through them without burning it off, one drops on you and crawls over you and crawls across your face and shit like that. And oh my god, I cannot stand it.
I had people react at work. I had people react at work the other day because I suddenly just they were all working and suddenly they just heard a loud thump on the table from behind them.
Oh no.
Which was because I lifted our food, our group food tray up, and suddenly I saw a little spider, so I slammed it back down on top of the.
It's better than what I was expecting. Last time I had something like that, I was sat at my computer, I heard a thump next to me, and about 2 inches away from my hand, a massive spider just dropped off the ceiling and landed next to me. Just went thump right next to me.
J-Mac, could I have taken that moment to get away from Ipos? Because he's, yeah.
You could take a 5-foot step, I'd say.
Can I move into the web and not be touching it, is the thing. Because the thing is, I want to maintain my stealth. Because hopefully these things are blind or something. I don't.
No, unfortunately, you couldn't step in. You could step onto the web and not be stuck, but you couldn't step onto the web and not be touching it. It doesn't appear that this web is adhesive. At least the floor web. But unless you want to specifically go there. Also, I really should have grouped these up as something that was on the same layer. Oh, no, it's fine. Where is it?
Is this our first combat as a group?
Yes, actually.
Yep.
I'm surprised it took us this long to get here.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I tried twice in session 1, but that didn't work.
Fair. I wanted just to fight Velk. That has never happened. But, I mean...
I tried!
I know. Technically, there's still time. But I imagine Rose will want to be here for that.